That grand final was just wild. Seen a few people talking about 2015 grand final. Does it rival that? Unfortunately for the Broncos, they're on the wrong end of the stick on both of those, losing by 2 in a comeback victory again, just like it was in that night. This was very, very different. That game in 2015, very, very defensive, whereas this one, there were 8 tries between both teams. And the first half was very, very interesting there. You had the Panthers that really had the majority of the ball. The Broncos seemed to turn it over a little bit, especially in coming out of their own end, which really cost them. And thankful for them, they could get a nice try. Tyson Smoothie through to Flegler just before the end of that first half. Has anyone seen a try like Mitch Kenny's for the first try scorer there this year? I don't even think I've seen a couple that have been batted back and then they've ended up picking that up and then scoring off the next play, I think, when the defensive line wasn't set. Let me know in the comments if you have seen something like that this year, because that was incredible. And then to kick off the second half there with Ezra Mam's 3 beautiful tries. Incredible how he's come about this year, especially. Last year was really, really solid and had spurts and different games where he was able to dominate. And nothing like this. It's very, very upsetting for him. This is the best game of his career, not even close. And unfortunately, wasn't able to pull out the victory. What you need to look at here is a few of the stats are pretty telling. And completion rate for the Panthers, they absolutely pride themselves on that. And they were able to complete at 97%. They had 1 error in that first half and then completed at a perfect rate in the second. And what's ridiculous about that is that while the Panthers did not make an error in that second half, the Broncos were able to put on 3 tries and a 24-8, 16-point lead. So, kudos to the Broncos for being able to dominate a team that completed at 97%. Panthers didn't have, great end of sets finishes. There's a couple of sideways kicks from Cleary. Thankfully, he has a lot of great leapers in the side and good time. They're able to time the footy, time the jump really well, that they can kind of get him out of a little bit of trouble. But a lot of those plays weren't great, and they weren't really able to build any momentum off the back of that, just without finishing the sets really, really well. The Broncos are such an incredible outfit here to have a 71% completion rate. They'll look at that and go, wow, I wish we could have improved that a little bit. Probably completed 30 out of 38 instead of the 27 out of the 38 there. Would have probably sealed the deal in this one. Potentially being able to pick up an extra try in that first half, or just keep things keep things on top for them in the second half there. So a 71% completion rate, not good enough, unfortunately, in the end. But it was Cleary brilliance that got them over the line, along with Stephen Crichton, and he continues to show up in big games. And what we do see here is pretty much every big game that these two have played, they have been really dominant, or they've come up with big plays. There has been obviously the games in Origin where they've both struggled. Actually, there was that series there that Tommy and Latrell got ruled out, and Crichton came in and just didn't perform to his best at all, and not even close to it. And Cleary's obviously had games in Origin as well where he struggled a little bit, and you do have to put that down to a little bit of how the team plays, I suppose. Like, these Panthers boys, when they play there, they play incredibly well, and then things change a little bit in that New South Wales outfit when your team's not the same. It's all a little bit different. So that was some of the best footy you'll ever see. Individual brilliance from Cleary, very, very impressive at that. They seem to have their hands on the ball at all times, and the stats there, fantasy-wise, just show how things worked out. Like, Payne Haas had to make 41 tackles. He had Edwards running the ball 306 metres. He had some really good plays from Walsh in there, and then he showed his inexperience at times as well. As for Ezra Mam, incredible there, and they did an awesome job. This was an incredible grand final, and I cannot wait until next season. Hope you enjoy, guys. See you later.